Hey guys, Jonathan over at American Off-Road Customs. Want to take a minute and talk about all the fun stuff we got going on behind this door today. We got a pretty good variety of things happening. So why don't you follow me and we'll talk about what we got going on today. So right here, right off the bat, I've lost track of how many of these we've done because we do quite a few of these. But this is a JK getting some rockers and lifters replaced because he got that typical tick noise that we get on these motors, and he just fired it up for the first time after priming it for after the repair. Fires right up, good to go. So another one fixed. So if that's something you need, make sure you hit us up because we do them a lot.
Nice timing, Brandon.
Over here, so we're just getting started on a really cool project. This is a 2025 Land Cruiser that we are doing some 74 weld portals on. This thing's going to be getting bumpers and sliders and all kinds of accessories. Because of the length of time it takes to get some of those parts, we are going to be doing the bumpers and sliders and stuff later, but we're trying to do everything else that we can now. So this thing's going to have new tires for the stock wheels. So a little background on the customer for this one. This is a daily driver that needs to be able to fit into a small garage when she's here in town, but when she wants to do her off-roading trips, which for what she's doing is going north, ice climbing, and in some very desolate areas. And so that's why it's kind of a unique build process for this one. Perfect fit for a portal application though. So these tires, stock ones, we're going to put some better all-terrains on, and then she'll use those wheels for like daily driving around town and doing her normal stuff. But if she wants to explore the desert area, she can have better traction with those tires. But then when she goes to her ice climbing adventure, she'll switch those wheels and tires out for some beadlocks that have a bigger tire and a better fit for that application. So this is going to have a dual set of wheels and tires on it. So switch pod and lights and air compressor and all kinds of fun stuff that's going to be going into this. But like I said, just getting started. You can see we got the first portal in on this side already kind of put in there and put together. So that's kind of what's coming. You can see the rear's not been touched yet, so still a work in progress. So stay tuned. We'll do a full detailed walk around as we get further along in this build process. So stay tuned to follow us up with that one. Back over here, we've got a really cool, really cool project in the works. So this Gladiator is getting all the things, all the fun stuff. So we are putting a metal cloak 4.5-inch long arm suspension on this thing with their black shocks. We're retaining the coil springs. Don't really need coilovers for what this is going to be doing. We are doing the Moto-Built Bob bed, which you can see is going together right now. This one's fully paint matched to match the factory color. And then once it's all done, we're going to spray liner the inside of the bed, kind of like what you would get with you know, an off the lot truck that you spray line the bed. So it'll have a very similar factory look to it, but way beefier and way more customized after it's all said and done. This, you can see on the bottom's got a Dynatrac Dana 80 in there. We're still waiting for the front axle to arrive, but it'll have a 60 up front that matches that. We're putting 42-inch tires on this thing, and when we're all said and done, this thing is going to go to Michigan to America's Most Wanted. They're doing a 700 horsepower Hellcat swap in this, and then once they're done with all that, it's going to come back here, and it's going to be going into SEMA. So if you want to get an up-close personal look, make sure you go check it out over there. So really cool, and we'll be doing more detailed videos on this one as well. And then behind him, James is putting some 40s together. Not super exciting new stuff for this customer because we're replacing his old worn out 40s with some new, brand new 40s to go on his JL over there. So just to get a better ride, because those are definitely worn out and causing all kinds of driving uncomfortableness. So that'll all be fixed with these new ones. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We're gonna do more exciting stuff next week, which we may do another video, but stay tuned and hit us up if there's anything that you need.